Unexpected comment from Vinicius about Messi. Before we begin, don't forget to share your opinion in the comments. What percentage chance do you think Argentina has of winning the 2026 World Cup? And if you're a football fan, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share. Vinicius Jr.'s comment after Lionel Messi's victory in the MLS Cup. In a footballing scene that is always boiling with rivalry and comparisons, no one expected the deepest analysis and the greatest testimony of admiration for Lionel Messi's greatness to come from the heart of the eternal rival's stronghold, Real Madrid. The young Brazilian star Vinicius Jr., now considered one of the most prominent faces of the new generation and the leading candidate to inherit the throne of global superstardom, broke his usual silence with extensive and detailed statements that shook the sports landscape. Following the series of extraordinary achievements Messi has recently accomplished in the 2025 MLS season, the following text is a complete breakdown of Vinicius's statements, which paint a clear picture of the deep respect he feels for Leo, the living legend, and how he believes that what is happening now marks the end of the eternal debate over who is the greatest of all time. First part, the impact of the numbers. The young veteran dominates 2025. Vinicius Jr. began his statements to the Movistar channel with a calm tone, but one loaded with the weight of absolute admiration for the Argentine phenomenon. At Real Madrid, we live under constant pressure to win everything and we focus on ourselves. But when the numbers appear, you can't ignore the facts. What Leo Messi is doing in 2025 goes beyond the football we know. He has won the MLS Best Player Award, the Landon Donovan Award, for the second consecutive season, an achievement that had not occurred in the history of the competition since 1996. That alone already tells you something about his dominance. Vinicius went deeper into the statistics mentioned on the scene. That Messi, at this age, he refers to being in the late 30s according to the context, being the player with the most goal contributions in the world with 74 contributions is absolute madness. He surpasses Mbappe, Hazard, he refers to Haaland in the context of the scene, Harry Kane, and all of us in Europe who play in the strongest leagues in the world. This proves that his talent is from another planet. He doesn't need the boost of the major European leagues to show that he is the best. His quality speaks for itself, louder than any European advertising or media noise. Second part, geography does not limit genius. Will the Balon d'Or return to America? One of the most controversial points of Vinicius's statements was his direct link between Messi's performance in the United States and his strong chances of winning the Balon d'Or again, challenging the rigid European traditions of the award. He has completely changed the football map in North America. His impact is not just goals. It is a comprehensive impact on an entire sport, Vinicius added with a perceptive look. If he continues at this pace until the end of the year and maintains his absolute statistical superiority over everyone in Europe, it would be a huge injustice not to award him the Balon d'Or. The criterion is the best player in the world, and Messi proves with numbers that he is the best in 2014, regardless of the continent he plays on. He broke the age barrier and is now breaking the geographical barrier. Third part, the definitive response to Ronaldo. Titles are the final judge. Vinicius's statements were a direct and indirect response to Cristiano Ronaldo's recent words, in which he claimed to be the best. Vinicius linked Messi's achievements with Ronaldo's recent stumbles in Saudi Arabia in a firm way. Unrealistic. Cristiano Ronaldo's statements from a month ago came back to mind when he said he was better than Messi. Cristiano is a former teammate at this great club, Real Madrid, and a legend. But football is a game of titles and tangible facts on the pitch in the present. The facts say that Messi has raised his tally to 48 titles in his career, as the most decorated player in history. The Brazilian continued by detailing the comparison of titles between both stars in the recent period. Since Cristiano's arrival in Riyadh at the beginning of 2023, 13 different competitions have passed: League, Cup, Super Cup, and Asia, without Al Nassr winning a single official title. That is the reality. In contrast, Messi, in a much shorter period since the summer of 2023, has won 3 titles with Inter Miami. The difference is huge and clear. For many, the comparison is over. Titles are the decisive criterion, and Messi dominates in this aspect at present. Fourth part, the eternal coronation, the stage of the 2026 World Cup. Vinicius Jr. closed his statements by outlining a future scenario that could forever close any historical debate: the 2026 World Cup. Everyone talks about Messi's retirement, but he never stops delivering. If this magic continues until the end, and he manages to lead Argentina to win the next World Cup in North America, after having won the 2022 edition, he will have reached a level that no other player in history can reach, including Pelé and Maradona. Vinicius concluded his words with a phrase that sums up his entire stance. Alvarez defines his final position on a move to Barcelona. The Argentine forward Julian Alvarez, star of Atletico de Madrid, has made a decision regarding his possible move to FC Barcelona during the upcoming summer transfer window. Barcelona is looking to sign a new striker as a replacement for Polish attacker Robert Lewandowski, 37, who is attracting interest from several European and Saudi clubs. Barcelona would need to allocate a very large budget to sign Alvarez, as the release clause in his current contract amounts to 500 million euros, and Atletico will not sell him for less than 200 million euros. Alvarez comments on his links to a possible transfer to Barcelona. Julian Alvarez spoke in an interview with the Spanish newspaper Marca about his future and Barcelona's interest in signing him, and stated, "Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I try not to give it too much importance." He continued, "I know there are conversations. They are everywhere on social media. I think everything that is said on the internet is much bigger than what actually happens." He added, "I focus a lot on this season and on what lies ahead for me at Atletico de Madrid, so I try to ignore all of that and think about myself, about continuing to develop as a player and achieving victories." Alvarez also spoke about the possibility of leaving Atletico de Madrid at the end of last season, saying, "There are many comments about me. We'll see what happens at the end of the season." He concluded, "There are similarities between Diego Simeone and Pep Guardiola. Their way of competing and their winning mentality are the same. But what we all see is the difference in ideas each has when it comes to approaching matches and understanding football." The Argentine forward has played 21 matches this season, in which he has scored 11 goals and provided 4 assists in all competitions with Atletico de Madrid.